Welcome back to 1-2-3 Chess, everybody. And right now, we're going to actually transition into just playing some quick rated games against each other. We're going to be going through the same analysis process, essentially. It's just that we're not going the super in-depth way that we did before. If you have more questions on how that process works, make sure to review our previous videos. But right now, we're just going to hit at it, go straight into a game, and then review it afterward together. So Tom, you wanna make this happen?
All right, here we go.
All right, accept. All right, I'll play as white this time. Let's go ahead and do queen pawn.
If anybody's wondering why it is that I'm playing black and Luke is playing white, that is actually just because we've just been alternating every game. So.
Yep.
I was fortunate enough too, right before we started playing, Luke, to have played one game with these lines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Albin Countergambit.
Yeah.
So it's already different. It's already different than how my game turned out. It had studying that we did.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of your way of taking it into tactical territory, which is pretty legit.
I like that pawn move. That regular pawn move there.
I think that's to be honest, I think that's the main line. I think. Okay, now the question is, how do I want to continue this? Should I go for that one? Or should I advance that first? Order of operations here. Order of operations. We're going to go right here. I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've played with the Albin Countergambit. So should be, this is already totally outside of my territory, which is exciting.
I believe the first time we played the Albin Countergambit was our first game that we had gone over, right?
Yeah, and I did not go the main line. I went a really messed up way that got me into trouble. Okay.
That stinking pawn right there.
I know. I like that pawn placement, preventing your knight from natural development.
Do that.
Yeah, I was expecting that one, to be honest. Okay, so let's just do something really simple. It's going to get really crazy here. Okay. I think I know what you want to do. Yeah. I saw that coming.
I like my battery that I've got barreling down the middle. Which is actually a hallmark of the Albin Countergambit.
Yeah.
you just took with the right piece, that would work, but you're not going to take with the piece I want you to take with. Now you got your bishop there.
See, this is about the time where I'm thinking a lot of calculations. I'm basically spending all my brain power on calculating stuff.
Tendency to advance my pawn this way when I'm playing, and I don't ever know if it's like I don't know if it's like the recommended move, but I like it in terms of my development.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I gotta get it out of this mess I'm in right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just prepare for castling. Maybe if I'm gonna get a chance to castle, that is.
Let's read that.
Okay, fair enough.
I was thinking that was going to work out for me better than it did.
Well, if I took it with, I was considering taking it with my bishop, but the problem with that is that then the next move would be your knight hitting my bishop, which doesn't really do much for me. So it kind of gives you a tempo, and I really don't want to lose my bishop. So that seemed like a logical continuation anyway. All right, well, let's go ahead and start by giving you an isolated pawn. And then let's get castled, simplify the game a bit, make sure my king is safe. I'm a little ahead in development, which I like.
This is why I get that pawn out there too, is I do like the idea of advancing this knight, though, and that happens with the take. I definitely didn't want the isolated pawn, but I felt I did end up recovering the pawn that I was down for that. So
Mm-hmm. Let's gain some space on the queen side, shall we?
Yeah, now I'm gonna take care of my hanging pawn.
Should have taken it, but oh well. But then you can always advance the b6, and then I'm trapped. So
yeah.
Okay. Let's simplify this. Yeah, I like this. I probably should have, in retrospect, used my other rook, because it's kind of looking pointless there. But the fact that I have both of my bishops lined up on the E column kind of made me not feel like it would be wise to leave the other rook there where it is. All right, let's go ahead and just get this even more simplified.
I like beating me in the end game here.
I like the fact that I have the bishop pair. That's kind of my biggest go-to right now in my mindset. Bishop pair plus you having an isolated pawn is what I'm going for.
Not a big fan of where my knight is.
Yeah, I was thinking that was going to happen. I didn't really prepare anything for it, so to speak, but I did think, I'm thinking of this right here, because then I'll be hitting there. Your king can't come in here because it would be pinned. That seems like the most logical continuation. Then if you move your knight away, I think we're just going to head straight into an end game with me having 2 bishops. I like this. Okay, let's get rid of these babies.
Yep.
Okay. How to continue. Let's get my bishop so it's using all the space it can possibly use.
Prepping for the attack.
Okay, let's go ahead and, so if you do that, and I do that. Yep. Getting rid of that potentially hanging pawn if you move your king around, so it makes sense. I think I'm just going to, not sure what I should do about those pawns over there. I kind of feel like the natural thing is just to kind of break it up, but I think I'm just going to go simpler.
Mean.
Okay. Let's go ahead and just keep it simple. What are you trying to do, Tom? What are you trying to do? This is going to be a very interesting end game here. One that we've never really done before against each other. Interesting. All right. Well, I guess I'm just going to do that then. Man, the bishop pair is so powerful.
It's man, oh man.
Okay. All right, so if you go there, then I can do that. Hmm.
Yeah, I suppose there you take, I take.
Calculations, calculations. Okay, so that looks interesting. Let's go ahead and do that, actually. But that's not really going to look good for... Yeah, I think I'm going to do this instead.
Sure, sure, sure.
Man, this is the kind of end game that like nobody wants in like a tournament. Okay.
I start watching the clock too at this point in time because we're both under 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
This is approaching the time where we all start to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. I have an idea, but I don't know if I can make this work. Yeah, okay. I don't really know what I want to do, but I have a couple possibilities I'm thinking of.
I know exactly what I want to do, but you just won't let me.
Oh. Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to do, actually, and I kept being like, no, I can't move there.
That's the, you see that? Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, the biggest challenge when there's something obvious, like that I know I'll get taken or that the queen's being hit or something else, is I think of all these like pretty creative ideas, but then I forget the basic one. And I feel like,
well, that's exactly what it was. Like I wanted to fork your king with your pawn there,
mm-hmm.
but then I came up with like it was like, no, that's not an option. But then I came up with another idea of like, oh, you know what, this would be really cool. It
Yeah.
also weird for me to put my knight there.
Yeah.
It's a different plan though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't know why that one didn't work out for me.
Did you have an idea of what kind of where you wanted to place your knight in the next couple moves? Or I guess we could go over that in the review.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any sort of haste here. Maybe I'll time you out.
Yeah, maybe you will.
You gotta get checkmate still.
Yeah, I do. I don't like this. I really don't like the fact that my pawns are just chilling. Good grief. Oh my goodness. Why did I do this to myself? Do something stupid here probably. And now I gave you a passed pawn. How did that happen? Like, that's exactly what I didn't want to do. Yeah, okay, fine. Be that way. No, I think this works out in my favor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pop down. Bring it back. Yeah, that's good. All right, now let's move up a little bit, gaining a little space at a time.
gross. Gross, gross, gross. Gotta move somewhere. Gotta move.
Whoa, that was a bishop checkmate. Whoa, that was.
Oh, good job.
I mean, I had some pawns. I don't get full credit for that, but it was still interesting. So, shall we review it?
Yeah, just quick review here. So I'm so used to doing this on my phone, not doing this on here. Analysis. Here we go.
I'll just what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna watch it on your screen because otherwise I won't be able to like click on stuff. I'm just gonna let you own the control.
Ooh, look at that, whopping 74.5 and 58.
Yeah, not super great for either of us. But, you know, to be fair, I don't feel like either of us is super well versed in the Albin.
I think that's fair, yeah. So this is all main line so far.
Yeah, that was the main line move, that pawn move, by the way. Oh, okay. So I technically should have probably moved the knight, but I just...
I'm usually moving that queen there just to prep that castle on the queen side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where I started to get a little bit nervous because, you know, I never liked that battery.
Likes me taking there.
I took with the right piece. That was a challenge to figure out.
Well, this is a move that I say I really like doing, and I never know how it goes. So it doesn't look too bad. Not terrible.
I took with the right piece. Yes.
You know, I mean, I had been, that was intuitively, I was like, I think I can take the queen here, but
yeah,
I got to that. You know, I guess the thing is, if you had recaptured with the rook, I mean, I could have taken that rook, right? And then you'd have just put the back row.
Now, tell me, what was going through your mind? What was your reason for your knight move there?
My reason for the knight move was to clean up that pawn.
Exactly. I think the problem, because I think I would have done the same thing, but I think the problem with that is that you're assuming that I will comply. And since I love that pawn there, getting your, you know, keeping your knight trapped, I'm definitely not going to do it. So,
I mean, the thing is at this point in time, I am still down in material too. I mean, which is the hallmark of the Albin Countergambit, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get rid of that material.
That one pawn.
Yeah, my thought was that, I mean, I did. I say I like the placement of this, but I mean, obviously, like that's the move to do because you are going to recapture with the pawn, right, and leave that isolated pawn. I don't know. I just felt like having the isolated pawn was worth. Oh, well, that's interesting.
What? Wait. So I should have moved the queen? What? You got to be kidding me.
That's because it really wants me to take.
Huh.
The capture is really funny though, that it really wants me to capture because, like,
wow,
we do that because if we do that, then presumably you're going to take with the rook, right? That's the correct move.
I don't know. Try it. What is this telling you? I'm almost one. Okay, yeah, it is.
But I'm kind of wondering here. I mean, it seems to me like I might want to take just to bury your bishop in the last row, which is what I was saying. But all this is getting me nervous because we're doing a bunch of material exchange and I'm still down. Yeah, so that's
right. And but I think that the challenge too is like a bishop in the back row. It's not too terrible compared to a knight in the back row.
Yes. I just don't know, like, what the heck I'd be supposed to do from here with my development. Like, I feel
it's
like
a challenge. It's not natural.
This definitely I feel like white is definitely leading here. I mean, you've got the additional pawn on me still. And I mean, I guess I still have the opportunity to clean that pawn up at this point, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what it's recommending doing.
Okay, so now you do it after the exchange.
Yeah, so now we got to this position.
Because that file's cleared. That makes sense.
I mean, the only problem is though, like I still have all these pieces in my back row.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you haven't castled yet, but you still have your bishop pair and the connected pawn. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like this is definitely better for white. And looking at the evaluation there on the left, it
Yeah.
shows it's 1.25 better for white, which is certainly enough for solid play on both ends to take it home.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So last opportunity to take that queen.
Right, right. Oh, I blundered, huh? I should. Oh yeah. Oh, I had a, I had a pin.
Oh,
I had a pin. You've got to be kidding me. How did I not see
just
that? That's
just
fantastic.
letting that hang there.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
have to remember that.
yeah, I have been caught with that on the Albin Countergambit several times because
Really?
I do frequently move my queen forward to that D2 square, that D7.
Oh, so that's just
Um,
something you got to always keep in mind, I guess.
yeah, I think,
Wow.
maybe moving my king over a little earlier would have helped. I mean, especially like at this point in time, I've got this stupid hanging
Well,
pawn.
that's what I noticed. I did when you moved your king at this point, I was like, oh, great, it was hanging, but I didn't see the queen pin. Man, it doesn't like that one. That's interesting.
Yeah, still wants to move that queen down.
It feels natural though to just do that. I mean, it's trying to line the pieces up on the C file for sure because your king is on the C file, but still.
Yeah. Again, I can't believe it's still telling me to take that queen there.
It doesn't seem like that's wise. I
I don't see why it would be wise. You have the bishop pair.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna gain a material advantage. I'm not gonna gain control of that file. In
I don't
fact,
yeah.
you're gonna control that file, right? I mean, because now it's take. Oops, oops.
Well, but I guess to be fair, I guess we're just going to be eyeing each other down
Even
because
here, if I take you, I'm still leaving this pawn hanging. So at the end of it, I lose the file and a pawn.
yeah, I don't know. I think this is one of those circumstances where computer engines just aren't all, you know, all they're
Yeah.
cracked up to be with for everything. Yep. See, I was confident that that was the right thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that your knight was hitting me, but that was a Zwischenzug where I an in between move. That was what I needed to do. So I made sure to not lose my bishop in the process. Hmm. We played pretty well here, actually.
Yeah, so far we're being rock stars here.
I have a pawn hanging here in a moment, though.
I didn't notice the hanging pawn after I didn't take
I
it.
know it's we each had here. We're even then
We're even, yeah.
because I missed it earlier and you missed it then. That right there, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, except for it didn't even want you to take that pawn. It wanted you to actually. Oh, interesting.
That's very interesting. But you know what? If I had gone here, then you would have had to move the pawn forward.
Yeah.
No, then you would have moved the bishop back.
Yeah, I don't see again. I don't feel like that's super helpful. I
Yeah,
feel like
that
your
doesn't
knight
seem
should
very
be in the
good.
middle more. Like your knight should be in central locations.
Oh no, watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had moved that, so I move here. Oh jeez. So I
Yeah.
move here.
Yeah.
You protect the pawn. Well, I can do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Ah,
There's so many little golden nuggets we each have in this game already. Me with the queen pin and you with the discovered check. Man.
I mean, so 0.61, like
Huh?
this is pretty much anyone's game at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's your game, you can take it.
Yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
game though. I mean, it was very interesting.
It's funny. So I was moving that pawn forward at this point in time, which I was honestly nervous to do because of this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't probably just moving it forward though, right? I mean, we get to the point where this pawn is actually doing something. It's doing a good job of guarding that square,
That it is.
and it's
And
created that knight outpost for me.
well, and the fact that the pawns are kind of all locked in place, that's what a knight likes.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's an ideal territory for you're starting to create more of the type of board that a knight maneuvers well in,
Yeah.
rendering the bishop pair not completely winning. Cool.
I can't remember anymore what the secondary move was. Why I wanted to move my knight there. First one was definitely fork the king and the king and the pawn. I was like, no, I can't do that because of the bishop. I can't remember why. This is not what the board looked like, though. Let me skip a minute from what the board looked like. All right, here's this. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe it was I just want to activate the knight and get him over here to get
to try to snatch up those pawns.
That's probably what it was. And so I was like, I could move here and then I could move here, just get my knight over into that area and maybe get one more attacker going that way.
It's just so easy to make a mistake against the bishop pair, though, because they're covering so much territory that it's you have to watch down the whole board like constantly.
Yeah.
Well,
that was good. Yeah. So and again, for anybody who's watching, that was our quick analysis. But the idea is that you take this and you expound upon it and you try to find all of those little nuggets and dive further, just like we have.
And it's not to say, again, that obviously we were using the computer analysis as we went here. So it's not to say that you can't do that, but especially when you're starting out, you want to try to steer away from that, because how we're using it is in conjunction with understanding how we were thinking when we were playing.
Sure, so, and you even notice us while we're doing that computer engine analysis, we're saying, I don't know that really makes sense. And that's not to say that we're better than the computer. The computer is going to beat us every single time. But it doesn't, computers don't play like people play. And you got to figure out, how to play like a person.
Exactly. So, well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. But continue to improve your game, and feel free to share us in the comments, or just send us a message if you're want to see something on our channel, or interested in a particular aspect, or want to go over some, or if you have a game you want us to analyze together. I think it'd be pretty cool. I know Tom and I each have people we know that are trying to get better and maybe a little bit lower level. And so if you have a game you want to analyze, maybe we could invite you to our channel and go over it together. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're happy to blunder our way through any sort of opening too. If you wanted to give us like a, you've got some wild opening you want us to try, we'd be happy to play it.
Totally. All right, thanks guys, and we'll see you next time. But continue to improve your game.